A big welcome to all of our listeners today. Whether you're a gym owner, an operator, a manager, a salesperson, an entrepreneur, or a personal trainer, you're in the right place. We're going to be walking through a white paper today from jthomas, and really our goal is just to give you some actionable insights. So let's kick things off with the one question that probably keeps a lot of you up at night. Do you need capital for your gym? Whether it's for some unexpected bill that pops up or a golden opportunity you have to jump on right now, having access to fast, flexible capital can be an absolute game changer. So in this explainer, we're going to break down how unsecured funding could be the key to fueling your gym's growth, your expansion, and really your long-term stability. All right, let's dive into the core problem here. I'm talking about the gym owner's dilemma. Every single one of you listening knows this feeling. It's that constant tug-of-war between your big ambitions for your gym and the day-to-day reality of cash flow. And that pressure, it shows up in some very real, very stressful ways. It could be a sudden cash crunch right when rent is due. Or maybe a crucial treadmill goes down and needs an urgent, expensive repair. Or just that simple looming stress of making sure everyone gets paid on time. It can even be a good problem, like a chance to expand that you have to act on now or you'll lose it forever. In all of these moments, capital isn't just nice to have, it's absolutely critical. So where do most of us look first? The bank, right? But for so many people in the fitness industry, that's pretty much a dead end. The process is just painfully slow. They want mountains of paperwork. And here's the big one. They demand you put up your business or even your own house as collateral. But what if there was another way, a path to capital that's actually built for the kind of speed and agility that you need in the modern fitness world? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore next. A new path to getting the capital you need, not just to survive, but to thrive. So what is unsecured funding exactly? It's actually pretty simple. It is financing that does not require you to pledge any of your assets as collateral. So instead of a bank putting a lien on your squat racks or your building, your approval is just based on your creditworthiness and your income. It means your personal and your business property, they stay safe. And maybe the most powerful part of this whole thing is the flexibility. See, unlike a traditional loan that's, earmarked for one specific thing, this capital comes with zero restrictions. You want to launch a killer marketing campaign? Go for it. Hire the best trainers in town? Do it. Cover a payroll gap? Or heck, even buy the gym across the street? The choice is totally yours. And this all leads to a much bigger idea. This isn't just about getting a quick injection of cash. It's about getting that capital in a way that puts the power back where it belongs, in your hands. It's about funding on your terms. Let me be crystal clear on this point, because this is the single biggest hurdle for most gym owners. With this kind of funding, your gym, your equipment, your home, all of your assets remain completely safe and secure. You're not being asked to bet the farm just to grow your business. And that freedom, that means you can operate from a position of strength. You can pivot on a dime to solve an urgent problem, or, even better, you can jump on a growth opportunity the second it shows up. You're the one in control, not some loan committee. And then there's the speed. Come on, while a traditional bank is still asking for your quarterly reports from 2 years ago, this process can get you a same-day pre-approval. Funding usually happens within 7 to 10 business days. In our industry, speed wins. Period. And listen, we are not talking about small change here. The typical funding range we see is between $50,000 and $500,000, sometimes even more. Just take a second. Think about what that kind of capital could do for your business. That's not patching a hole. That is fuel for some serious transformational growth. Okay, so by this point, I'm sure you're asking, this all sounds great, but can I actually qualify? So let's pull back the curtain on that. Let's demystify this process, because you might be surprised at just how straightforward it really is. So the main way to qualify is based on your personal financial health. Lenders are going to look for a credit score of 680 or higher, and that's from all 3 bureaus. They'll also look for an annual personal income of at least $50,000 and that you're a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. And hey, it's also worth knowing that if you don't quite meet these yourself, you can always use a creditworthy cosigner. That's an option too. But what if your personal credit isn't quite there, but your business is pulling in solid, consistent revenue? Well, there's another path for you. For established businesses, you can often qualify based on your last 6 months of business bank statements. If they show consistent deposits and healthy cash flow, you're in a great spot. And all of this brings us to a really important shift in mindset. It's about moving away from being reactive and instead being proactive. It's about seeing funding not as a lifeline when you're in trouble, but as a launch pad for your growth. This quote from Jim Thomas's white paper just says it all. Unsecured funding is not a lifeline, it's a launch pad. It's about going from just surviving to actually thriving. This is the fuel that can propel you from constantly putting out fires to proactively building the business you've always dreamed of. So, what's the biggest mistake gym owners make when it comes to getting funding? It's simple. They talk themselves out of it before they even start. They just assume their situation isn't perfect or the whole process is going to be too complicated. And that's why the white paper gives us this simple, powerful golden rule. When in doubt, apply. And following that rule is so easy and completely risk-free. Step 1, it costs you nothing to apply. You can get a same-day pre-approval just to see what your options are, know where you stand. And from there, you can get expert help to figure out the next move. We've shown you a different path to capital. The only question left is, what big move would you make if you had the fuel to do it? To find out what's possible for your gym, you can contact Jim Thomas today. His number is 214-629-723, or you can email him at jthomas@fncconsulting.net.